Welcome back to the channel there, Papa's Posse. Once again, it's time for Papa's Comic Books. A little bit of coffee and more. Okay, before we begin, hit that QR code to take you to all my social media pages, YouTube, eBay, and Instagram. Let's see who we have today. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, #1 in a 4-issue limited series. This book was 60 cents back in 1983. It's adapted by Archie Goodwin and Al Williamson. Now, don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Not only this book, but I have all 4 in the series. 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be listed on my eBay page if you're interested. All right, hit that sub button down below, hit that like button, and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about it. All right, let's get into this reading. Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, rebel commanders are planning their next move against the evil galactic empire. For the first time, all rebel warships are being brought together to form a single giant armada. Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia have made their way to Tatooine, to rescue Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. Little do they know the rebellion is doomed. The Emperor has ordered construction of a new armored space station more powerful than the first dreaded Death Star. Command station, this is ST-321. Code clearance blue alert. Endor, moon base to deactivate your security shield for approach swiftly. Our passenger is in no mood to wait. Moments later, within the partially completed battle station's docking bay, the passenger sweeps from the shuttlecraft, the hollow rasp of his breath mask punctuating each stride. Lord Vader, this is an unexpected pleasure. We are honored by... We can dispense with pleasantries, Commander Jerjerrod. The Emperor is concerned with your progress. I am here to put you back on schedule. I assure you, Lord Vader, my men are working as fast as they can. The Death Star will be operational as planned. I'm afraid the Emperor does not share your optimistic appraisal. Perhaps I can encourage progress in ways you have not considered. That won't be necessary, but the Emperor asked the impossible. Perhaps you could explain that to him when he arrives. The Emperor is coming? Here? We shall double our efforts. I hope so, Jerjerrod. For your sake, the Emperor will tolerate no further delay in the final destruction of the outlaw rebellion. Chapter 1, In the Hands of Jabba the Hutt. Through the shimmering heart of Tatooine, twin suns and the figures move toward a massive structure rising out of the desolate sand and rock, the shorter one with steady purpose and the other with somewhat more reluctance. Of course I'm worried, Mew. You should be too. Poor Lando Calrissian never returned from this place. Why couldn't Chewbacca deliver the message? Whenever there's an impossible mission, they turn to us. No one worries about the droids. Sometimes I wonder why we put up with it all. Too soon for the translator droid. They are at the desert stronghold's gate. There doesn't seem to be anyone here, R2. Let's go back and tell Master Luke. Or R2-D2 bo see through to the Mishkat Jabba the Hutt. I don't think they're going to let us in, R2. We better go. But as C-3PO turns to leave, the heavy gate rumbles upward, and his R2-D2 counterpart rolls into the darkness. Where someone waits. We're bringing a message to you, to your master Jabba the Hutt. And a gift. What gift? Ni Jabba no, bara di machamad so good. Frida Madut. I'm terribly sorry, but he insists our master's instructions are to give it, whatever it is, only to Jabba himself. The tall aide till the galactic underworld leader glares for a moment at the droids, then gestures for them to follow him. Someday, R2, your stubbornness will be our undoing. Now just deliver this gift and message and get us out of here quickly. I have a bad feeling about this. A wretched hive of scum and villainy. The words of Obi-Wan Kenobi leaped through 3PO's memory circuits. They were spoken in description of Mos Eisley's spaceport. They apply even more to the crowned noisy chamber where the droids are led. The throne room of Jabba the Hutt. We're doomed. And looking up into the impatient glare of the being he and his companion have been sent to see does nothing to dissuade 3PO of that feeling. Bogura? Bogushura. The message, R2, the message. From his domed head, the little droid projects a beam of light. And within it, towering hologram grows. Greetings, mighty Jabba. I am Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight and friend of Han Solo. I seek an audience with your greatness to bargain for his life. The notion brings rude howls and sniggering from most gathered in the chamber, except for one whose business it is never to underestimate any foe, the bounty hunter, Boba Fett. I know you anger the Captain Solo is huge, exalted, but I'm sure we can devise a mutually beneficial arrangement. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift. These two droids, both are hardworking and will serve you well. What? Did he say this can't be? R2, you've played the wrong message. The nasty chuckle that flows from the Jabba's incredible bulk is not encouraging. Nor are the words 3PO translate from Hoti's exchange between the grotesque gangster and his aide. Bargain rather than fight, the Skywalker is not a Jedi, Master. True, we will keep his gift, Bib Fortuna, but there will be no bargain. I have no intention of giving up my favorite decoration. And as Jabba laughs at the figure frozen in gleaming carbonite, the droids are marched deeper into the stronghold, to a boiler room filled with steam, machinery, and electronic screeches of fellow mechanicals in torment. Ah, new acquisitions, splendid. We've been without an interpreter since the Master got angry over something the last one said and disintegrated him. Disintegrated? Indeed. So you will be quite useful. Guard, fit him with a restraining bolt, and take him back to the throne room. As for his little friend, beep-a-da-beep-a-da-boop. Oh, a feisty one I have need for you on the Master's Sail Barge. Several of our asteroids have disappeared recently. You'll fill in nicely after you learn some respect. Brought roughly back to the court of Jabba, to Jabba the Hutt, 3PO finds a Wild Revel in progress, where the nervous droid receives a lesson in the shifting moods of his new master as the dance of a slave girl attracts Jabba's favor. Daita? And that favor is rejected. No chuba nagasha na no nota, basoka. One word from the Hutt, and suddenly the floor beneath the dancer is gone. With swift force, the trap snaps shut, and the obscene amusement of the motley crowd growl rises from below, followed by a hideous scream. Barely have 3CPO's perception circuits recovered from this shock than a sudden hush makes them aware of new arrivals in Jabba's domain. Oh no. Chewbacca? In the hands of a bounty hunter, who in a strange tongue electronically processed demands reward for this prize. A demand it falls upon C-3PO to translate for a less than receptive master. 50,000. 50? Tell him 25,000 is all I grant. Talk, droid, plus his life. Nervously, the protocol droid conveys the third to the tensed moment, and the bounty hunter is silent then. Tell that swollen garbage bag he'll have to do better than that. Or they'll be picking his smelly hide out of every crack in this room. I'm holding a thermal detonator. Well, what did he say? Talk, droid. Out with it. Oh, dare your grandness. He respectfully disagrees with your exaltedness and begs you to reconsider, or he'll release a thermal detonator he's holding. There is frantic scurrying among the former revelers. For the chamber's far walls, Jabba stares malevolently, then laughs. The bounty hunter is my kind of scum, forceful and inventive. Tell him 35, talk droid, no more, and warn him not to push his luck. And relief fills the room as the bounty hunter nods acceptance. Come, my friend, join our celebration. I may find other work for you. Again, there is music and noise, loud and boisterous, and there are jeers and taunts as guards haul the Wookiee's prisoner away, past the throng of totally hostile strangers, with perhaps one exception. Night silence has at last come to the throne room of Jabba's stronghold. The party is long over. Only shadows remain, and one of them moves toward a dim alcove and a block of gleaming carbonite. Right there. Stealthily, force field controls are touched, lowering the block. Then the process begun in the carbon freezing chamber of the Bespin Systems Cloud City mining community. Is at long last reversed, and the prisoner delivered by one bounty hunter, Boba Fett, is freed by another. Can't see. Quiet. It's hibernation, sickness. Your eyesight will return in time. Come, we've got to hurry. I'm not going anywhere. Who are you anyway? The helmet is removed, and a voice is long electronically disguised speaks warmly. I am someone who loves you, hotshot, but we're in Jabba's palace, and I've got to get you out of here quickly. They start away. The Corellian smuggler staggering, weakly supported by the rebel leader and princess of long-destroyed Alderaan. Suddenly, curtain parts, accompanied by mocking laughter. My, what a touching sight. Han, my boy, your taste in companions has improved, even if your luck has not. Soon the pair stand before Jabba's throne. Listen, so I got a little sidetracked from repaying you. We can work this out. You'll get triple. Too late, Solo. You may have seemed the best pilot in the business, but now you're bantha fodder. Put him with his Wookiee, first mate. I'll decide how to kill him later. As for his other companion, bring her to me. Of the two guards near Princess Leia, one hesitates on the verge of defying the orders. I'm not so sure. I'll be all right. The whispered exchange goes unnoticed as Leia is shoved into the underworld leader's arms. We are powerful friends. You'll regret this. Perhaps, but meanwhile, I will thoroughly enjoy the pleasure of your company. Oh no, I can't watch. Elsewhere, a dungeon door winds open and a reunion begins. Roar. All right, it's great, only you're crushing me. What's going on around here anyway? In barks and growls, the Millennium Falcon's co-pilot brings his blunted partner up to date. Luke's a Jedi Knight, and even Lando's here, going along with the kids' rescue plan. I'm out of things a little while, and everyone gets delusions? Well, pal, I'll believe it when I see it, if you'll excuse the expression. He comes alone, unarmed, and the stronghold's normal deafness cannot halt or slow that coming. You will take me to Jabba now. You serve him well. You are sure to be rewarded. I will take you to Jabba now. I serve him well. I am sure to be rewarded. Tumult greets like Skywalker appearance into the throne room, but he remains calm, even at the sight of the replacement now chained in the place of Jabba's dancing girl. I told you not to admit him, Bib Fortuna. You're a weak-brained fool. Jedi mind tricks will not work on me, boy. I am not affected by your human thought pattern. I was killing your kind when being a Jedi meant something. I'm taking Captain Solo and his friends Jabba. You can profit or be destroyed. It's your choice. I warn you not to underestimate my powers. The Hutt only laughs loud and nastily. There will be no bargain, young Jedi. Only the enjoyment of watching you die. Master Luke, you're standing on a roof. A gesture, suddenly a blaster leers from the guard's holster to fill Luke's hand. But before he can use it, boom! The floor beneath him disappears. Luke! Grates remain open, so those above can watch and appreciate what transpires 25 feet below. Luke rises, flinging aside his cloak as a gate rumbles upward into the side of the pit, and something lumbers toward him, forward. The Rangar, carnivorous, insatiable hide, impervious to blast of fire. Until now, Luke Skywalker thought such creatures were legend, hobgoblins to frighten the children of Tatooine, moisture farmers. But the monster that stalks him across the bone-littered cavern is all too real. And to the delighted howls of the audience above, despite Jedi-trained agility, he swiftly runs out of the room to retreat. But even as a Rancor claims dart to seize him, Luke's hands have found a weapon. With it, he jabs hammers and thrusts, wedging it into the Rancor's jaws. Pain makes the monster drop him, but the diversion is worth only moments. While it lasts, Luke runs for the gate that admitted the creature. But past the gate, the way to safety is barred, and the gate's controls lie beyond those bars as the Rancor, angrier than ever, comes snarling after him. Luke hurls as a skull scooped from this holding cave's floor, shattering the control panel and bringing the massive gate thundering down into the great beast. Heavily, the Rancor dies. But the triumph is brief. Grabbed by outraged guards, Luke soon finds himself facing the hut again, only this time Han and Chewbacca are brought to join him. For your extreme offense, the Great Jaba demands all three of you pay with the most torturous form of death. You will be taken to the Dune Sea and thrown into the great pit of Carcoon. That doesn't sound too bad. Nesting place of the all-powerful Sarlacc. In its belly, you will find a new definition of surfering, as you slowly digest for thousands of years. On second thought, we could pass on that. You should have bargained, Jabba. This is the last mistake you'll ever make. Tell that to the Sarlacc, young Jedi. Take them away. The Dune Sea. A skiff swings out over the pit of Carcoon, away from the huge sail barge it accompanies for those on the barge. This is a pleasure cruise. For three on the skiff, a last ride. I think my sight's getting better, kid. Instead of a big dark blur, I see a big bright blur. Believe me, Han, you're not missing anything. I grew up here. Aboard the barge, anticipation grows for a very, very few concerned. Don't stray too far, my lovely. After the amusement outside ends, you'll soon begin to appreciate me. R2, so this is what they've done with you. How can you calmly serve drinks? They're going to execute Master Luke, and if we're not careful, us too. I don't mean to seem ungrateful, but if this is your big plan, Luke, so far I'm not crazy about it. Jabba's palace was too well guarded. I had to get you out of there. Just stay close to Chewie. I'll take care of everything. I can hardly wait. And below, the Sarlacc stirs. A Mighty Marvel bonus pinup section. Big Fortuna aid to Jabba the Hutt. Right there. Cy Snootless and the Rebo Band now playing in the throne room of Jabba the Hutt. And the Salacious Crumb. Well, you can pin all these up. Imperial Shuttle. I want you to read Star Wars. Okay. Well, that was Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Number 1, 60 cents back in 1983. Now, don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Book. It'll be in a 4-part book. It'll be part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. The whole run altogether will be listed. Also, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell me what you think about it, okay? Leave a comment. Alrighty. And as Papa and Luke and Han and Jabba always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.